So if you're going to use this stuff, spread it out nicely and then back trowel it back off again. Don't go leaving grooves and ridges and all that lot. It just needs a very thin film to bond it to it, and it does do a brilliant job of the stuff. Now, as you can see, I've already made quite some progress. I've got these areas down. Remembering that we're not going for any uniform pattern design or anything, this vinyl is not cheap, and to do an area of my workshop would be a bit of a silly investment for this sort of quality of gear. But because in the trade I am using this stuff very regular, I have lots of offcuts, and that's what I'm using. So I'll get on with that now. Well, this is very hard vinyl, as I've said before. I use an up blade, and the good thing about the up blade is it's going to cut the top vinyl, not the under vinyl. So it will sit and it will ride against the edge of the under vinyl, and that way you can draw a straight line against it, running straight up against the under vinyl, so that you get a nice flat fit. You try cutting down from the top of this stuff, you're hitting the quartz. Quartz, well, it's harder than the blade. If you're going to cut with a flat blade, do it from underneath. If you Okay, let's quickly just demonstrate applying this adhesive. Now, before we get started, let me just make it quite clear, this is my way of applying the adhesive. Everybody has their own. You can say I'm right, you can say I'm wrong, but at the end of the day, if you don't know how to do it, you want to follow how I'm doing it, it'll work. Okay? Right, so basically, using the F44 valve adhesive, it's acrylic adhesive, so it'll do the job. As I say, I use the flat side. You don't want to be using the comb because you don't want it that thick. You want it quite thin. Where you've got any ridges in the floor, it will help to fill them and stop you having lines on your vinyl. So you can leave it a little bit thicker at them points. Everywhere else, just a smear. Now that I've got it glued down, the next thing is, with them all being lots of little pieces, you wouldn't normally get it with a big roll, but because I've got lots of bits, curly edges, and it's hard vinyl. The glue is not impact adhesive, it's not going to grab it straight away as soon as you touch it, so you've got to give it a little bit of time for it to cure. So we shall use the hot gun and warm it up and spread it down a little bit. This is the tools that you'd normally use when you want to weld up the joints, which if it's a commercial situation you would have to weld all the joints. They've got to be, it's part of the regulations. Here, there ain't no regulations, it's mine. If you use one, you'll know what I like, but let me just tell you, watch your fingers. flames can be colder than this. A lot colder. Now basically I'll do that around all the edges and I'll roll it down at the same time. Okay, that's the vinyl. Done as far as I want to do for now, because I don't really have much left worth using, but the areas that I need done before the saw table comes are done. Now, let's get on with the water heater. First off, just to sight the heater, I'm wanting it, I think about there. Let's put the neck on it first, and that way then I'll be able to work out what my spaces are. Right, so I just want to make sure I can get my hands underneath it. It's not going to obstruct on anything like that. Tap, hands, possibly kettle underneath it, bucket, tap, there. I think that allows me to get objects under it. Yeah. Okay, some screws. Got nice wood backing, so I don't need anything heavy like wall plugs or masonry drills or anything OTT like that. Just drill this into the wall. Like that. No spirit levels needed. Okay, next I'm going to put the water supply in. Now I've got water here which I've put in for the urinal. It's on a plastic 15mm, so I just have to cut that and put a T into it. Keeping it white, I'll put a nice push bit T in, and then I'm going to run a piece of chrome, elbow, bend it in and just connect it into there. And I'll put a service valve about here just so I can turn it on and off independently if I need to work on it. Yeah, that'll do it. So, I'll end the chrome pipe. Pipe bender and former. Now then, I want about 4 inches, 5 inches, about 120mm. I think will do me enough. A nice 90 there. Nice 90. Okay. Pipe slice. Now as I said, I'm going to put a service valve in, probably about there. So I'll just whip this up here. And that's it, nice and tight. Hi, sorry about the break, but it seems this video is taking a bit longer than I first planned it to do. In fact, it's going to run on for about 30 minutes in total. So I've chopped it into 3 interesting pieces for you, bite-sized bits. If you want to, you can just skip to the next one and keep going straight through. I'll have a tea break in between. But whatever, make sure you watch it all because it has some interesting bits in it. Alright, bye.